Welcome to the second lecture of the series, and today we will be talking about the print function in Python. It is probably the simplest function to explain, and so we will start with this. Probably most of the people who are like very new to Python have heard the name of this function, and today we will discuss about it. Now what this function does is that it takes any data as a parameter, any textual data or any number or anything, and then it displays it on the console, or it prints it out to the screen, to say simply. Now we will see the print function in detail. As you can see, the print function does not only take the variables we can print, but also some other arguments. We will see them in detail, but first we will talk about the variables. Variables are simply the values we want to print on the screen or the console, okay? And the separator or sep parameter decides how we separate different values or variables when we are printing multiple values. Now the end parameter simply denotes how the output ends. By default it is a new line. It means when anything is printed, the ending will start a new line for the next output to be printed on. Now the file parameter is a bit tricky. Actually, the print function doesn't output the values or variables into the console itself. It actually calls a basic function from the system and then formats the data according to our preferences, then passes it, which then prints the data or the variables onto the console. Usually the basic function is sys.stdout.write. You can also directly use it instead of print. It has some limitations, but you can actually use it. Now the plus parameter is actually very simple. It means, do you want the output to be printed immediately, or do you want it to let it buffer? Usually the by default is false, so you don't want to plus it. If it has to go to some buffering, you let it go, and if you want, you can turn it on. Now we will get some hands-on coding, and I think I will change the format of this videos to be more around hands-on coding, because I personally think that the theoretical format here is not actually working much well. The videos are getting tiresome and uninteractive. So from the next videos I will just do the code and explain along the way, okay? Here this is a very simple Python print function. As you can see, while we printed the result, we got space between the different variables, the hello world and the numbers, but we can change that using the sep parameter. Here we are using sep equals to hyphen, and now you can see the variables have hyphens between them, and now you see we are printing. See the second print function where I have written print by, and as you can see, it will be printed on a new line or the second line. That's because in Python the by default ending for a print function is new line. So the previous print function ended with a new line where this second one's output is starting, but we can change it. Here we are using a comma, and you see it is on the same line separated by a comma. I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching my tutorials. See you in the next video. Good luck and have a nice learning.